I volunteer at Nottingham Refugee Forum, and predominantly I try and help with arts projects to promote refugee and asylum seeker artists in Nottingham through Long Journey Home and the Nottingham Beyond Borders network. And there's various different projects we've done over the years that I've helped out with. One being Breaking Borders, which was a international music and arts event we held past 2 years. And also with the Beyond Borders newspaper, which is a newspaper talking about issues to do with asylum and refugees, and there's an art section in that paper. They bring original skills and sort of cultural influences from those countries that people in this country have never heard of, or there's music that I'd never would have come into contact with if those people hadn't come here and shared that. And similarly with art and other mediums, they brought and spreading the sort of idea of multiculturalism, and also making awareness. I mean, some musicians and artists are quite political, and they're sharing a lot of their experience of the political situation in their countries, and also the political situation of being an asylum seeker in this country, and sharing that, because it's quite, especially the mainstream media represses all that information, and not many people get to know about the plight of people and various regimes, or financially deprived countries, and you learn about that sort of thing, but also the cultural richness of those countries. And so yeah, I think they bring that to this country. Well, I think it's really important to support refugees and asylum seekers anyway, whether artists or not, because I think the way society works at the moment, they're very much maligned and not allowed in any way to express themselves, because for the various reasons I mentioned. So I think to support artists and musicians from asylum seekers and refugees is really important to sort of facilitate that, help that sort of great richness sort of flow into this culture, and help them feel fulfilled as creative people, because the system as it is now doesn't support people like that to do that. Whereas to be an artist, a UK artist, is hard enough, because art is not really valued in society as a great thing. It's more sort of material things and business. But an art is very difficult. Even I trained to do art. I find it very difficult to sort of to get exhibitions and to start off financially. But as a refugee and asylum seeker, it's sort of double whammy. It's more pressure and more difficult. So I think it's important to try and help people, and also it's a mutually beneficial thing, because once you start working with people from a variety of countries in that field, you gain inspiration from people, and gain, it's a sort of, it's not all giving, you get a lot back when you help people and have great experiences. And there's a lot of barriers. For example, financial barriers are a huge one for people, especially if they're doing something like filmmaking, photography, or even visual arts, to get the materials and necessary equipment. Things like that are very difficult for people who are struggling, because they're not allowed, because of the system, they're not allowed to work or claim benefits because they're asylum seekers. So that's one big barrier. That obviously that's the whole purpose. One of the whole purposes of organisations like Platform or Long Journey Home is to try and facilitate those people who have got amazing richness to give and share with people, but they don't have the financial ability because of their situation. Society should be different and should be a lot more supportive anyway to people, and should be a lot more services. For example, if people are going for an asylum claim, I think while they're waiting for their case, a lot of people are in that limbo situation for many years, and I believe that they should be allowed to do courses and have the access to facilities like anyone else would who's living in this country. I don't think they should be separate, because it's almost like they're being punished in their own country, because just their luck of being born in a country which has got some kind of war going on or something, and then they're doubly punished by coming here and then being treated differently. So I think everybody should be supportive as much as they can, not just independent voluntary organisations. I think it should be more intrinsic in society to support people like that to continue their art and progress and have access to these things.